How's it going, guys? This is your host Orpheus, and I hope I did set the mood a little because, and I think it's obvious, we're gonna play some Syndicate today. Now, Syndicate has always been on the periphery of an ordinary Gwent player, simply because Syndicate decks were not usually able to perform consistently, and because of that, their win rate suffered. This is no longer the case because recently, with the introduction and reintroduction of some new cards, Lined Pockets deck with Cleaver and the reworked Tunnel Drill and other cards became, in my humble opinion, one of the best and most consistent decks in the game. And for that particular reason, we're not gonna play it. No, I'm here to offer you an alternative, because that's what I do, okay? When it comes to Congregate decks, as soon as you start building one, whenever, you can always encounter a tiny problem. They have no reach whatsoever. Almost none of all those Firesworn cards in the game, both units and special cards, almost none of them are able to interact with your opponent's side of the board in any way. With a few notable exceptions. Damnation can damage 3 adjacent units by 2. It's not a bad card, but since with Congregate deck you're usually unable to set the ground for it to work at its maximum power, I feel like it's really overpriced, and I think it should be at 7 provisions at most. And so, we are not running it today. There's also Nathaniel Pastodi. He's also a Firesworn, but he works much better in Northern Realms decks, with cards like Visogota of Corvo, so neither him is included. Eternal Fire Inquisitor kinda faces the same problems as Damnation. Your opponent does not always offer you a unit to work with, and since you have no damage output, you cannot prepare the ground for a card like that in every single game and every single scenario. Because of that, for 5 provisions, there are better choices to go with, like a Firesworn Scribe or Cleric of the Flaming Rose. The one and only card in this deck that's actually doing some damage is Dies Irae, but it's not about those 3 points of damage obviously. For 9 provisions, it's one of the best cards in the game in terms of provisions per points ratio. And so, for the aforementioned reasons, I decided to go all the way and work with the Firesworn cards only, pretty much, to create a deck which relies on spawning a lot of units and boosting them afterwards. Not gonna lie, it was originally meant to be a devotion deck, but in the end I had to include Oneromancy. Even with cards like Vivaldi Bank and Excommunication, most of the games I was unable to play what I wanted at certain stages of the game, so Oneromancy is a must with a deck like this. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because the deck is no longer a devotion one. I considered adding cards like Bone Talisman or Triss Marigold, but in my experience these two just make the deck a lot more draw dependent, and while they offer some points in return, I decided to stay on the safe side here. I actually think that those 3 all FS units boosts on double Dies Irae and Sacred Flame are usually enough in most games. The other thing is the addition of Irden instead of like Vivaldi Bank and some other cheaper card. Irden can be very useful. So if you find yourself in a lot of situations that require an Irden, please consider using it. And that's pretty much the basic info, I think, so let's go and let's boost some Fallen Knights to ridiculous numbers, alright? Guys, how are you doing on this particularly beautiful day? To be honest, Congregate Syndicate is my guilty pleasure.
Patience is not a virtue.
Every now and then over the last couple of, I don't know, a year, I play myself some Congregation, and of course some metas suits this greedy deck a little more than the others, but we are facing Nilfgaard Double Cross this time. And a little warning here, playing against Nilfgaard can cause some severe brain damage, so We have to be careful about our approach here. This is not bad actually. Alright. I'll take it. Worried the all-seeing. Oh my god. I don't like this. My Oneromancy is gone. Is this what's happening? I'm gonna save some coins. Just so Lieutenant von Hurst can do his thing. And I'm gonna play, I think, one Fallen Knight in the first round. I usually play one Fallen Knight in the first round and I save Ulrich plus the other one for the decisive round. Roderick of Dantine with Joachim de Wet in the first round, alright.
I shall flog them into submission.
How lucky is he?
Don't touch! Those mixtures sustain me.
Alright, my Oneromancy is gone. And there's absolutely nothing we can do about it.
Give what we demand.
I'm gonna play Pickpocket in the first round. Yep. He doesn't have Assassination. But it seems to me like he might be playing some spies. And against the Nilfgaard spy deck, with the Congregate deck, you can have trouble. You can run into some trouble with managing your rows. The number of units on your rows, because those rows are gonna be full, man. They are gonna be full, let me tell you. Alright. I'm gonna play von Hurst now. And hope he will play as many spies in the first round as possible, because otherwise the decisive round is gonna be a pain. It's gonna be very painful to play. Such a good card for 8 provision cost. Actually, I would say most troubles I ran into with this deck in pro rank was against Nilfgaard. Or monsters sometimes. But yeah, Nilfgaard is definitely a challenge. That's good.
What is truth if not
Then the victory will taste even sweeter.
I hate nothing more than a creaky door.
cast no decadence, bring no sin? By denying penance, you confirm your guilt. Yes, you! Have you made your...
Alright, we are even. Shame I don't have Procession of Penance. Yes, second Duchess Informant. Artorius Vigo is also out of the way.
To stick my nose where it doesn't.
He's gonna play a Fallen Knight of his own. Alright. I think I'm gonna excommunicate. No.
You are not worthy of the fire's purity, not worthy of its light!
Alright.
What? 3 more copies?
Now withhold the tribute. Yep.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness!
But this is not bad. I hope he starts to overcommit now a little. Yeah, that's the last of his Duchess Informants. Of course, he didn't play Brathans yet. Yeah, he definitely has Brathans. He may have Usurper. Oh, let's continue.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering? Remove
All right.
his cowl, then his ears!
15 points ahead. What's he gonna do now? Yennefer's Invo. Of course. Alright.
Idle hands are evil's playthings.
Dashbook Runestone. Alright. He has won the first round. Nothing I can do more. But at least he spent some spice. I didn't spend a single charge. He spent Yennefer's Invo, Worried the All-Seeing. Not much, honestly. He didn't spend that much. Alright, of course I don't need Emissary. It's a shame my Oneromancer is gone. This is not good if he's going for the bleed. Hey, he kept my Fallen Knight. Masquerade Ball, of course he's going in. I can play my Ulrich.
My, the Van Moorlands, they truly spoil us.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
It's a shame the Firesworn Zealots are not transmuted. I know my Sacred Flame is not transmuted either, but even if it would be Firesworn Zealots, they would not. Herrn Gortur Gwent. Alright. If we would make it into the last, I think we can make it into the last round, but what we will have to play, what will be there left to play?
Strike first and strike hard.
Oh, good lord. Alright.
Whosoever defiles himself and attaches a
What can I do?
The fire.
Yes, please thin my deck a little.
Let us see.
Yes, I don't need the Eternal Fire Disciple. I don't need it no more. In this game, what is this game? It's very different from the others I have played, let me tell you.
Remove his cowl, then his ears.
Well played, my friend. That was really well played.
No one can hide from me.
Even though the Masquerade Ball, of course, is pretty much useless. Is he gonna play DS? Why is he playing Ulrich and not DS Era? That was a huge mistake he made here.
That is who we are.
A huge mistake. We are going into the last round with a huge advantage, because we have all leader charges still unspent and we have one card more. So if we would get like Fallen Knight and Jacques, it would be just perfect. Nice. Alright, no Jacques, but it doesn't matter. I think we can do this.
So be it.
I think we can actually win against Nilfgaard. If he would have played DS Era last round, I don't think I would have gotten into a card advantage. My Oneromancy, that's my Oneromancy. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this game is gonna be very close. But I hope it goes in our favor. I hope so.
The order will rule the land from this day forward.
Yeah, I should have started with Roderick the Wet, but I think it doesn't matter in the end. He still have one Viper with Charmentor, I think. And Brattens, of course. This is painful, like I predicted. It's a painful game.
Halt! In the order's name, I confiscate these goods.
Alright, I think we got this. Yeah, what a relief, honestly. I hate playing against Nilfgaard with I hate playing against Nilfgaard. And that's pretty much it.
You stupid heresy.
Die by my sword! Split hell!
10 points! Alright, I think it's kinda nice. Victory against Nilfgaard always counts. It was a good game. I think he made a mistake in the second round. Even though I don't think he would have won the game anyway, even if I would have one card less. Of course, that depends on the money game. But you know, in this constellation, I think the stars are in our favor today. So let's play another game. Guys, imagine in the last game if we would have had Oneromancy at our disposal. Then it would have been like an easy game, but in this case, Scoia'tael now, this I like.
Best yield now.
I think this Congregate goes actually pretty well against Scoia'tael. That I ambush. Alright. It might be the case he's playing Vernociel and maybe some traps will be happening. I think so. So, these draws are actually not bad, even though Oneromancy would be nice. No, it's just a Temple Guard. Temple Guard, the most useless card in the deck, I think. Why? It should be yeah, it is transmuted. And he's starting with Elven Swordmaster. So maybe not that many traps, and actually an old school Dead Eye Ambush Elven deck with Feign Death, probably. The scenario of Scoia'tael. Yeah, it might be the case.
The order will rule the land from this day forward.
He may have Nature's Rebuke. Yep. I predicted it. I called it. Does he have two though? Does he have two Nature Rebukes? Nature's Rebukes. I don't know, I always seem to have trouble with this word. Nature's Rebuke, Nature's Rebuke. And the plural is Nature's Rebukes. Oak Critters. What is his plan? My Firesworn scribe is gonna die. Pretty soon he's gonna be out of sight. He played 2 Oak Raiders and an Elven Swordmaster, so 3-4 provisions units. I would really like to know a little more what I'm working here with, alright?
5 ounces of fish.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
And like always, I think I'm gonna play 1 Fallen Knight. Even though I don't have either Ulrich or 2nd Fallen Knight or Oniromancer in hand, it's a pretty risky move. Oh yes, it is. But I need, you know, to put him under some kind of pressure at least. Because so far he's not doing anything and he's so far ahead.
Come at me if you must. But don't think this sword toy.
That one! He venerates not the fire!
He may at least spend like a forest protector now with 2nd nature's rebuke from his graveyard to deal with my Fallen Knight. No, just another Doleblatt and a Bowman.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness!
But we are reaching up to him. So far he played only garbage. He really needs to make a statement here. Nice card back. Which one is this one? Because I don't remember seeing this one. Cool.
You cannot avoid the inevitable. Your penance comes.
Finally some trap.
Shadow spews eat like the sun.
And is it like a crashing trap? Seems like it. I'm gonna play Procession of Penance next. Elias, now at least that's something. Please overcome it a little more, please. I don't think I want that much. Please overcome it. I'm begging on my knees here. Theoretically. Eight points of DS era, sorry, 11 points if we are counting the 3 points of damage. Is not honestly that much, so I think I'm gonna play Excommunication. Just for the sake of it. Because some kind of spender would be nice. Ibir Hattori. He is creating and playing a trap card from my opponent's starting deck. I'm gonna continue. Yep.
You shall be renounced by kin.
Nice.
Condemned by your children.
Not nice. Yeah, that's what happens. That sometimes happens. I need some spenders, so actually, let's go with Congregation.
An austere life is a virtuous life.
Alright, 8 points. So spawning one is enough, I think.
He venerates not the
Yep.
fire.
Actually, wait a minute. Oh, 3 plus... Yeah, I needed to spend that charge. So we have won the first round. We have Oneiromancy, DS Ire. I think we're gonna pass right away. 3 cards is just a little too few to play around with Congregation Syndicate. I'm gonna play right away, I think. Sorry, I'm gonna pass right away, yeah. I'm missing Ulrich, Sacred Flame, Fallen Knight, and Jacques.
Have you seen a tune flying about, have you?
That's a lot. It's quite a lot, to be honest. I wanted to show you this deck in all its glory, but this is risky, very risky. But we are lucky, like I said, the stars are on our side today. Beautiful. So I really think I should play like... he doesn't have any other Serpent traps, because he... With Ibir, he played the Pitfall trap. So Serpent trap is out of the way, my Oneiromancy is safe. He has another Pitfall threat though. And he's playing Vernocio on the ranged row, that's interesting. Alright, alright.
We're but a handful who still wear the colours. Give what we demand. Not harm a hair on your way.
Does he have a Forest Protector? I don't think so, actually. He may have second Nature's Rebuke though. And he will play it with like favour maybe. Just about now. I'm intrigued. This game is very good. It can go either way at this point. Is it a Pitfall? I think it's Pitfall trap. Or a Incineration trap maybe. It's Pitfall trap. Perfect. This is perfect because both Fallen Knights survived. This is Incineration trap maybe. So let's play Jacques first.
Humanity will perish while the 3 survivors fall.
No. It's a Crushing trap? I think it's Crushing trap. I think it's Crushing trap. This one. Is he running like Mahakam Horn maybe also? I don't know. So he doesn't have to die. He's spawning some Elven Deadeyes. Alright, alright. 3, 6, 7, 8 units on his ranged row. This is definitely not a Mahakam Horn. This is Crushing Trap.
Coexistence.
Alright. I knew it. Alright.
Yes, you. Have you made your offer?
You asked for this, my friend. I'm gonna play Sacred Flame with Oneiromancy next. Oh, of course. But he's still behind.
He venerates not the fire.
And his last card is probably like... It can be anything. It can be... It's Isengrim Foul Tiarna. Now this I didn't see coming, honestly. But alright, we have won the game. Like I said, Scoia'tael, they have no chance against a deck like this. He didn't even let me boost my own Firesworn. What is this? But alright, it was a good game. It was a very good game though. Thank you. Guys, like I said, this Congregate deck is a force to be reckoned with. Guys, first of all, sorry for the delay on this video. I would really love to post these videos much more often, but you know how it is. Life happens meanwhile, so sorry about that. And secondly, we've been playing some Gwent, Congregate Syndicate today. Like I said, every now and then I've been playing some variant of this deck over the last year at least. And every time I enjoyed my time with the Firesworn, and as you can see, it's viable even in pro rank. I admit it might not be for everybody since you have no damage output, but if you'd like to give it a go, you have my sincere blessing. Please take it and congregate the shit out of everyone. So guys, thank you all very much for watching, and please let me know in the comments how do you like this Congregate deck, and have you yourself ever played some Firesworn, and if so, with what result? Also guys, please subscribe. It's for the best, trust me on this one. Once again, this was Orpheus, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. See ya!